Angie sat in her bedroom scribbling in her diary about a very evil person. A serial killer in the neighborhood, breaking into their victims' homes and stabbing them in their sleep. Angie's heart would accelerate uncontrollably, her palms caked with sweat as she feverishly wrote down the horrors that had inflicted those in her neighborhood. Many found lying dead in their beds, blood smeared across their chest and stomach. Angie would repeatedly recount these horrors in her mind, the descriptive details of the murders fresh in her mind, picturing the suffering these victims had endured. If she didn't hear about it on the 6 o'clock news or in a newspaper, she would hear it from her neighbors and those around town. The terrifying accounts, the evil person who preyed on its victims with a sudden pounce and with such ferocity. Angie didn't want to hear anymore. She knew that her victims had been stabbed to death with a 10-inch kitchen knife, according to all of the news bulletins. She made sure she had scribbled that very detail in her diary. Angie was afraid for her life, probably more so than those who were desperate to get this person off the streets, who on a nightly basis were trapped within the confines of their homes, doors and windows locked tightly. And Angie couldn't stand it. She couldn't live like this. She had to take action to protect herself, perhaps stay with a friend until all of this blew over. And so she asked her friend Denise, who didn't hesitate to offer Angie a place to stay, as she was also afraid to be at home alone, just as terrified of being a victim. And so Angie went to pack her bag stuffed with clothes, toiletries, books, anything she needed to help her pass the time while she and Denise hunkered down until this serial killer was caught. And as Angie went through her checklist to ensure that she had everything she needed to ride out this vicious storm, she grabbed her bag and headed out the door. But as she was climbing into the car, she stopped dead in her tracks and realized she forgot to pack one very important item: the 10-inch kitchen knife.